Hey everybody, it's Tripl-L coming in with Jobless Reincarnation, my first episode reviews and impressions. Hey everybody, and we're not using a face cam, we're going back to the Tripl-L character just because that way I don't have to make myself pretty for the camera. Anyway everyone, hey, welcome. So, episode 1 of the second season, oops. Yeah, cool stuff. We're back, it's been a year for the crew, they're trying to get to the mainland. Overall, for a return episode, I thought it was good. It didn't spend too much time getting viewers caught up on what happened last time, which is, I think, worthwhile. There's no need to be spending that kind of time. But overall, I found it to be a solid episode. It's just a continuation of the story. Like, really, this is probably the start of a new volume. Probably, like, where we are. Because, yeah, I think that's where we are. Now, when it comes to the episode, I think one of the big things that it really wants to play up, and this is something that probably is going to be played up next time as well. This is a really big deal considering that it's also a scene that's on the promo art for the season, but a part of the episode is a lot about the tragedy of the situation. That being the tragedy that Rudy and... Oh my god, did I actually forget her name? Okay, so there's Sylphie, there's Eris, Roxy, there we go. Oof, thank God. Yeah, no, the tragedy of Rudy missing Roxy. I believe in the episode there were 2 occasions on which he missed Roxy. And so what this is really just there to do is just to tell you, like, oh man, they were so close to seeing each other. Oh my gosh, they just keep missing each other. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. Oh, it's so sad. That's the point of it. Now, this kind of stuff, the kind of tragedy, actually, I enjoy it. I think in a way it's a little bit funny. I think in a way, like, really makes you feel like, oh, what could have been, right? This kind of stuff, like, you hope that it's not going to lead to anything negative. With Jobless Reincarnation, it's kind of hard to say, honestly, because you kind of get the feel for Jobless Reincarnation, where there's good, there's also a good handful of bad, right? Heck, I'm even looking at this scene, and this scene started off with Rudy making comments about how Eris is growing up nicely while giggling like an old man, and it's just like, ugh, gross. But, you know, Rudy, gross guy all together. Anyway, I do think that's the general flavor for the episode, just the missed connections and the tragedy from it. Throughout the episode, we have other things. I gotta say, it was a pretty episode, but then when you have the stuff with the little demon lord girl, oh, I forget her name too. When we have the stuff with her, it's like, what the heck is going on here, man? What are these scenes? Like, let's play it. Let's see if I can find where this thing is happening. I mean, look at this. It's like they're showing off. Like, what is going on here? Like, what is this? I mean, look at that face! Like, what? It just got so cartoony at this point. Also, another great scene right here. Like, look at this, man. So yeah, you know, Little Demon Emperor, really cartoony all the way throughout. Like, what can I really say about that? It was a fun time, and I really wasn't expecting that kind of energy. But honestly, given the character, I think that was actually really appropriate. But that leads me into another thing. Specifically, we see that Rudy gets the Eyes of Foresight. The only thing I want to say here is that, you know, there's a little bit of a character arc going on in the episode with Eris, and Eris is getting stronger. She was really happy when she beat Rudy, just because it showed that she was improving. Then she went up against Rudy, and Rudy has these eyes, and then Rudy was able to, like, make nothing of her, or, like, turn her into nothing, and then that gets her upset. Ultimately, Eris got a lot of work done for a very chill episode, just setting it up. Given that this is a novel volume, you have to kind of be prepared for the idea that Eris's worth and her abilities are going to be a central point for this novel. Like, or like, at least if it's not this novel, it's going to be like this novel and the next novel. There's going to be a lot of commentary on Eris's abilities. So just keep that in mind, and just remember, this is where it started, or not started, but this is where, you know, you got reminded of it. Now, that leads me into saying that there is something here that was skipped, and that's specifically how Rudy was able to beat Rudy. So it's unfortunate that we're still doing some major skipping, especially for that. They ultimately decided to skip on battle logic, which I personally am not a fan of. I really enjoy my battles, so I would have liked that they kept it how Rudy was able to beat him. because I remember it pretty well, the exact details of what happened, or not the exact details, but the gist of what happened. I can't say the exact details because I could tell you. But no, there is a trick to beating the Demon Eye Foresight. Anyway, going on from there, you know, we also have the Hitogami aspect, where Hitogami is pretty much the one that got Rudy in the way of the Demon Emperor, right? And Hitogami's always a creepy guy in general. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that thanks to those Eyes of Foresight, Rudy was ultimately able to get a guy out of the way of a falling vase, and then that led into that guy coming back at the end, giving Rudy and Ruijerd a chance. Also, when it comes to Ruijerd, he has a pretty critical moment in the episode where he says he's going to turn a blind eye. And this all comes about when we're having that whole portion with selling the staff. Now, I gotta say, I really like this, and I really like just seeing the two characters talk. Like, I think Ruijerd said it, it's pretty hard to have a heart-to-heart, but it's wonderful that the characters got to have it. And I can't really complain about the logic here. Ruijerd did point out that Rudy is willing to sell the staff, which would cause strife, but it looks like if you were to analyze the situation, especially with the way Rudy reacts, Rudy's more willing to cause strife between him and Eris, likely because he thinks he can repair it, than he is between him and Ruijerd. And that's because of like their particular relationship. It's already been a pretty strenuous one. But here we are. The kids are probably going to get smuggled. We have quite a bit of things going on in the episode. We have Eris's little character arc starting up. We have Ruijerd turning a blind eye to evil. We have him and Rudy talking to each other. We have the whole thing with the Demon Emperor. And she also drops the line that she has a fiance this incarnation, that she's returned, all that kind of stuff. Overall, I really enjoyed the episode. I think it was chill. But it's chill because it's the start of a volume. This is pretty normal. Also, it's Jobless Reincarnation. Jobless Reincarnation does tend to be chill for a good portion of novels. So, guys, let me know what you thought down below. That's it for me. And until next time, I hope you have an absolutely great day.